In today's show, we're going to show you how to cut and sew a block using the Go Mermaid King and Queen die. Hey quilters, welcome to AccuQuilt Live. I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert. Thanks for joining us today. Emily's in the house. How are you, friend?
I'm great. Just feeling so rested after a long weekend.
Did you take Friday off?
I did not.
I did.
Oh, lucky.
It was lovely. I know, those 4-day weekends, well, my son was in town, so we did some playing. But it was nice to have Monday off, though I feel like now we're trying to make up for that, right?
Yeah, we sure are.
All right, quilters, let's showcase some new projects from our intro video. First up, look at this wonderful project from Made by Van.
Wow.
And we've pulled this off of Instagram. Emily, what die is that?
A good old crazy quilt, and I think that might be a 10-inch.
Crazy quilt, yeah, it's probably for the Go Big. I don't know, it might be the 8, and then they've used 8. I bet it's 8 because then they've used the 8-inch squares and the 8-inch stunning triangles.
Yeah.
But what a great way to bust up your scraps. That looks fabulous. Next we have Carla B, and look, Carla just made it look like ribbons.
Gosh.
Just a variety of strip dies. And then the end, Carla used flying geese to give it that look of the end of the ribbon.
How cute is that?
No, just kind of woven.
Those colors are gorgeous too.
Really pretty. All right, here's our photo of the day. This is my Oakley bug swimming this summer. We spent a whole lot of time at the pool this summer. It was great. So my question of the day is, would you rather rule the 7 seas or the mountains? So in our studio, Brock and Kenyon said they would rather be at the mountains. What about you, Emily?
I think I'm going to have to say the 7 seas.
7 seas.
Yes, just because, you know,
So many.
there's so many.
So many of the seas and the oceans. All right. I personally would rather be at the beach all the time, every day.
Exactly. There's nothing
All the
like
time,
being
every day.
at the beach.
I'm just saying. All right. All right. Today I'm going to give away one of our Go Mermaid King and Queen dies. Be sure and register for future events on the AccuQuilt event page for your chances to win. By registering, you'll receive an event email, and it will remind you about joining our show, and you'll never miss an exciting tutorial. Emily's going to announce the winner of our registered viewer at the end of our show. I'm excited.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So this was actually, the Mermaid die was one of our most requested dies for the last couple of years. You know, every now and then we say, hey, quilters, what would you like? And the mermaids were there.
I remember seeing in the comment section yesterday, Pam, everybody was just going crazy over it. They were so excited.
Bananas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bananas. All right, quilters, did you know that AccuQuilt has joined forces with June Taylor? We now carry most of their products on the AccuQuilt website, and many of our retailers also carry June Taylor. Today, we're going to be making the Quilt As You Go Alexandra tote bag, and which is perfect to applique a mermaid or 2 on it. So today's kind of a double, you get to learn 2 things how to do. So to make our project, you're going to need the Quilt As You Go Alexandra tote kit, and I'm going to show you how that project, how it all works. It's super slick. Yardage according to the pattern, you're going to need the Go 2.5-inch strip die because that's the strip size you use, and of course the Go Mermaid King and Queen die. All right. So in the comment sections, let us know if you want to rule the 7 seas or be on the mountaintops. All right, so let's look at our mermaid die. The shapes are on a 6x12 die board, so it's going to fit through any of our cutters, including the Go Me. Emily, is that Go Me still on sale right now and ships free to the contiguous U.S.?
Let me double check.
Now that I say that, I hope it is. It was yesterday.
Yeah,
so.
I'll double check here. But
All right, so here's the mermaid tail, or the mer person tail and the crown, and it has hair and bodies, and look, the Titan. So I love this because this is really reminiscent of paper dolls when I was a child, but mostly it's a great project for like kids and teens. Yesterday when we launched this die, our good friend Terry Vandenbosch actually had her grandson helping her cut.
That's right.
Wasn't that so cute?
Those were adorable.
Yeah, he was cutting mermaids out of it. And because this is an applique die, it comes with a free downloadable embroidery designs, but it also has some for purchase, which are super cute. All right, so we're gonna make mermaids today. Again, these are shapes that would be so difficult to cut by hand. I just feel like that's why I've never used it, okay?
Exactly.
That's why I've never cut these shapes, right? There wasn't a die until yesterday.
Exactly.
All right, so we have the mermaid body. So I'm gonna put the little mermaid body here.
Oh.
And we're gonna give our mermaid red hair because the fabric that I chose is really like watery, under the sea mermaid kind of colors.
Gorgeous.
And our mermaid needs a crown. Eric and I wore ours yesterday. And because anytime we can wear a crown, we are all happy about that.
Why
And I've
not?
pre-fused my fabric. You can always use up to 4 layers of pre-fused cotton. But yesterday and today, we can talk about some other, if you're just making like no-sew projects, you could use felt. You could make gift bags and use craft foam, vinyl, right? Glitter vinyl. All of those things are amazing. And if you're going to use those other fabrics besides cotton, start with 1 or 2 layers for those heavier materials. But I just think it's super cool to think about like glitter vinyl, and you can put them on glasses and such, okay? All right, so here we go. We're gonna cut. I'm gonna use our Go Big today, but don't forget it can work in all of our cutters, including the Go Me.
Which is indeed $109.99 right now with free shipping.
Free shipping if you live in the contiguous US. So if you're new to quilting, if you're new to crafting, the Go Me is a really great starter set. It comes with 2 dies, the 3-inch finished half square triangle and the 3-inch finished quarter square triangle. And there are like 200 patterns you can make using just those 2 dies, okay? So we're gonna give it some love. Slide, don't lift. I'm so excited.
Duh.
And Emily, do you do this? I keep all of my, I'll trim these off.
You know, believe it or not, I've never tried applique before.
Ever in your whole life at
Ever,
AccuQuilt?
I know, ever in my whole life at AccuQuilt. I realized that just
How
the
does
other
that
day.
happen?
I don't know. I just kind of got obsessed with bob dyes. I have a true addiction for bob dyes.
She kind of does.
I really do.
She kind of does.
But, you know, and my 8-inch cube, there was actually a
Oh, yeah.
cool, the 8-inch over and above quilt pattern. I saw somebody made that in the intro video.
Yeah.
Ugh.
See?
I'm
All right, so here's our little mermaid. So I'm gonna leave the pieces here until we're ready to applique her onto our bag. So I purposely made contrasting colors so you could see her on our little tote bag. All right, so for our tote bag, we're gonna need a variety of 2.5-inch strips. And guess what? There's a die for that. In fact, it's our most popular die. Since we're using our Go Big today, we can use our larger strip die, which has 3 sections of 2.5 inches. But there's also a smaller version for that Go Me. So you can cut 2 sections of 2.5.
There sure is.
All right, so let's talk about this die. Let's show you. I found, of course, the most faded one. Goodness sakes. Okay, so it has 3 sections of 2.5-inch strips. And these lines here will help you cut diamonds and squares. I'm gonna tell you, we have lots of videos on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page and our website that talk about how to cut strips, how to cut squares, how to cut diamonds, even how to cut bias binding,
Oh, so nice.
which is what we love. Okay, so 2.5 and 2.5 and 2.5 is 7.5 inches. So I have rough cut with the fabric 8 inches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it down here on this die. Okay.
Look how pretty that is.
Listen, I want you to know I've worked at AccuQuilt for 11 years. And there are only 2 dies that I've ever worn out that I had to replace because the blades were, do you know which ones they were?
I'm
You
gonna
should
say
guess.
Most likely the 2.5-inch strip cutter.
It was one of them, yep.
And gosh, what would another one be?
What's my all-time favorite shape? Do you know?
The half square triangle.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what finish size is the question?
Yeah, 4-inch finished.
4-inch finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so what I'm doing is I'm laying the fold here parallel to this black line, and I've cut off the selvage because you're gonna cut it off anyway. All right, look at this mermaid fabric. Isn't this super cute?
It's so sweet. It's reminds me of those clamshell.
Yes, yesterday
saw
on
yesterday, yeah.
the launch, both of our experts used the clamshell
I
dye.
thought that was so clever of them.
Wasn't it? They're so clever. All right, here we go.
Oh boy, oh boy. Ooh, while we're waiting, let's see
Yes,
if
do
we
we have
some
some
fun
questions or answers? Let's see what
responses.
people want to rule.
Yes. Okay, so Danette says, I live in the mountains and vacation at the sea.
Oh,
Love that.
she rules them both.
Exactly. So does Judy. She says, I can't choose, so I can want to rule both. Why stop there when I could rule the world?
I feel like so many Marvel comic people want to do that.
Exactly.
Okay, what else did
So
people
fun.
say?
Let's see. Okay, we've got a lot of folks saying both, but Jarsaman says mountain.
Mountains, yeah.
Nancy agrees, saying mountains are best. They have lakes, which makes it the best of both worlds.
I do love lakes.
That's a clever way
I
to
do love lakes.
put it. Yeah.
I work out at the gym, and the outdoor pool is open. And for the last few weeks, it's just been, I don't know, like 130 degrees in Omaha. It's been so hot.
Seriously.
And so the outdoor pool is not heated.
Okay.
And so now that it's starting to cool off a little bit, I went this morning, and I think like the temperature was like 74 degrees, which is like lake water. So I feel like I worked out in the lake this morning.
You're gonna be mad at me, Pam. I've not gone to the pool once this summer.
Oh my gosh, I go to the pool every day. Do you know every day I go?
You do. I know you love your swimming.
do.
It's
I
like
just
your
love it.
ritual in the morning.
It is. It gets me going in the morning. And if I don't go in the morning, I don't go at all. Okay, so look how many 2.5-inch strips I cut. This is enough binding for a queen size quilt. One pass through the cutter.
Gosh, how beautiful.
All right. So the question people ask is, how can AccuQuilt help me bust up my stash? Emily, do you have an answer for that?
I sure do. Yes, we have so many dies of varying shapes and sizes that they're just perfect for, busting up any wonky shaped, because we always end up with those weird shapes in our stash, and there's a die for everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do love bob dies. Emily talked about bobs. That stands for block on board, which means all the shapes you need to complete one blocker on the die board. And I just love the concept of the bob die because I can make, as few as I want or as many as I want. I can mix and match them. I can use them with my cubes. And they're just really a great way to bust up your stash.
They really
bust
are.
up your scraps.
Yeah.
All right. So now it's time to sew our strips on the Quilt As You Go quilted batting. So our good friends at June Taylor have helped me here. So hold please, All right. I'm gonna start at the beginning.
Look.
I know, I love it.
I can't wait to I actually ordered some of these and I cannot wait.
Oh, well, you can take all my extra strips
Well, alrighty then. My
because
goodness.
I have plenty of
you.
extra strips. Okay.
Look how gorgeous.
All right, so when you get the June Taylor
The Quilt As You Go.
Quilt As You Go, this is what it looks like. The batting looks like this, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna use this spray basting. It comes in a bottle. You can buy it on our website, June Taylor spray basting. And you're gonna spray, would be the inside of your bag.
Right.
Okay? So you're just gonna spray it down, okay? And then once it's sprayed down, then it's gonna lay nice and flat, right? And then what you're gonna do is you are gonna start with shape number 1. And these are all you're gonna use 2.5-inch strips, okay? So we're gonna, and the pattern tells you the sub-cutting instructions. I'm gonna show you my little cheat for that because it works just as well. So it's all good.
All the
okay.
tips and tricks. I love
So
it.
1 and then 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Okay, so they're numbered. And you really do want to follow the sequence, okay? Now when you get to this side, this is just all one section. So it's 20 through 25 and then 26 through 31, okay? So what you're going to do, quilters, is you're going to start here. Now, in your quilting head, you were gonna think that blue line is where you stitch.
Right.
That is not true, okay? The blue line is where you put your foot and you sew 1/4 of an inch in from that blue line. And then, oh, here, watch. The gals at June Taylor have taken good care of me. Watch this. So look. Sorry, I didn't mean to shout in your ear there, Brock. So look, we've sewn, and then we can, you don't ever want to use an iron. It will melt the batting.
That's right. What is that little tool called? I want to bring that up on the.
Oh, what is that tool called? I should have one here on the set.
It's
Okay.
so cute.
So we've done this one, and then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go here. We're going to stitch. We're going to keep going, okay? So the thing to remember is the blue line is not a stitching line. The blue line is a where you want to put your foot, okay? So you just keep going down, okay?
Amazing.
And then pretty soon, you will have done this whole section here.
Oh, wow.
And then you're gonna start on the sides. So the lovely people at June Taylor, look how good their pieces look. What I did is once I stitched, and I'll show you in just a second, I just trimmed it down. Because then I can come right here, sew 1/4 of an inch from that blue line, and keep going over. What is that little tool called? Do we know,
That's
Emily?
so clever. I'm trying to find it because it's a little, I think it's literally like a presser.
Yes, it's wooden and it's beautiful. Okay, so that's how we're starting.
Magic seam wand.
There we go. The magic seam
Let
wand.
the magic happen.
Yes. All right, so here's the back of my fabric, which is going to be the inside of my tote. See, it looks like water. And then here are the pieces that I have sewn. So look at how cool this is. And then, like I said, I just kind of trimmed it a little bit.
You know
Okay.
what it reminds me of is almost the beach glass colors.
Oh, yes.
That's gorgeous.
Yes, yes. So now I can start, and I'm going to do this side, and I'm going to trim this down a little bit, and then I'm going to show you kind of what I do. Because I appreciate the fact that they tell you how long to cut strips, but I can just trim them if I needed to. All right, so now the next thing is to just find your strips, and I kind of just look for different colors. So I'm going to use this one to begin with, and I'm just going to show you how to start here. So if you're getting these go super, super fast because I can start. Now, here's the thing. You want to make sure when it folds over, it's past their line, okay? All right, so I'm just going to clip it here. And I kind of, Erica would be so proud because then what I do is I'm going to go down and I'm going to add some more strips and I'm going to pin them so that I know like I'm not putting two colors together. So while I'm doing that, Emily, do we have, if people want to rule the seas or the mountains?
Yes. Let's see. Lynn Kay used to live in the Poconos. Now it's all ocean.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see here.
Have you been to the Poconos? I have been to the
I
Poconos.
have not, but I've heard it's just gorgeous.
It is very pretty in the Poconos.
Let's see. Kathy says mountains. I get seasick. Oh dear.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's like the ocean's ruling you at that point.
Oh my gosh.
Aw, poor Kathy. Okay, Sarah, I would like to spend time at both seas and the mountains. I mean,
There we
of
go.
course, they're both gorgeous.
See, that's why you should take an Alaska cruise because then you can be on the ocean and then see the glaciers, which is
Absolutely.
super cool.
That'd be fun.
Okay.
Connie W says, rule the 7 seas, live in the mountains, raised closer to the sea. So she's a sea gal.
There you go. Ooh, these have to go the same direction or they will make me crazy.
Oh my gosh, how cute.
Okay. I know, look at how fast this is. All right. I'm talking, but normally it's fast. Okay.
Look at that.
All right. And if you have questions as I'm doing this quilt as you go, just be sure and ask Emily. She'll
Yes.
She'll stop. We'll stop talking about mountains and such. And
Oh, we do have a question that just came in.
hi.
Good morning from SoCal, she says.
Hi. Oh, listen. My boy is in SoCal. He
gorgeous.
says it was beautiful last week while he was here, and now it's super hot. Well,
Yeah. My dear friend was in Palm Springs, and he said it was absolutely
oh,
gorgeous.
just, yeah. Okay. Hi, Southern California. What can we get for you today?
Do you use a walking foot to sew these?
I do. I use a walking foot. I have a FOF here in the studio, and I use a walking foot all the time
yeah.
because I find that it really helps keep my fabric straight.
Yes.
So the answer to that is yes, I do. Okay. All right, so now I'm just going to give it a little pin here so I remember. And then I'm just going to start, and I'm going to stitch from here, right? Because this is my quarter inch, and then I'm going to go from there.
Right.
Oh gosh, I brought sandals today, so I can sew.
Let me get in my quilting mode. I love it.
Yeah, it was fun. Okay, hey, can I move this? Is it going to cause a problem? Okay. The guys in the studio, yeah. Notice I asked while I was doing. Guys in the studio are super good about making sure that everything's set up for our show, and then I go ahead and move stuff. Okay, go ahead, Emily. You were going to ask a question?
Oh, no, you know what? We didn't, yeah, folks, let us know if you do have questions. We're here to help with those. Let's see. Oh, I was actually going to say I was piecing the North Carolina star last night. I'm doing a little sunflower quilt.
I love that pattern.
I
it's a
love
free
it.
pattern on our website. It's beautiful.
It is just stunning. And I was just thinking how the walking foot like saved me because there are so many little tiny seams. And,
Yes.
You know, you just need that straight line if you're going to have those crisp corners.
Mm-hmm. Erica and I made those like at Valentine's Day. We had like this little Valentine challenge, and
Oh, did you?
she and I, well, somebody on one of our shows made a Valentine one, and we were like, hey, we could do that. And so on our way home from the show that day, we stopped and got fabric. And it was funny because a lot of times Erica and I go together, like when we do sew-alongs and get fabric.
Right.
But we purposely went alone so we didn't see what the other was getting.
Oh,
Which is
I
kind of
like
fun.
That is
Yeah.
fun.
And then we had just two, oh here, hold please. We just had two that were kind of similar. This, quilters, is like how my sewing room really looks, in case anybody wondered. I did do some cleaning this weekend though, Emily, in my sewing room. Well, here's why. I had so much to do because I'm getting ready to go to teach a class in Grand Rapids.
Right.
And then the very next week, like I get home Sunday, and then Tuesday I leave to go to Missouri Star Quilt for their birthday bash. And I have stuff to do for that. And you know, we have a video shoot for some new projects and stuff on tomorrow or on Friday.
Wow.
So anyway, I had all this stuff to do, and honestly, I was trying to find something and I couldn't find it.
Uh-oh.
And I thought, oh, okay, well, this is a sign. Let's see if I can do this. Now, you want to make sure the back is flat, quilters, because earlier I almost sewed a piece to the back, and that would not be good. Okay, so look, I'm just coming 1/4 inch, and it's really easy to do this.
Oh, nice.
And I just think it's so nice
Yeah, it's
that those lines are there, right? Because then you can just sit and sew.
doesn't that make it easy too? I was just looking here because they have some really great starter sets as well, like sewing kits and sets that like
Like we have placemats and mug rugs and
yep.
table runners and.
Yeah.
But I think June Taylor really well known for their bags.
Yeah, they sure are.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just giving this a finger press right here, just giving it a nice press down. This fabric is just going to stick to that batting. See, look how pretty this is.
Oh, gorgeous.
I'm loving the fabric.
Me too. It's just stunning.
Okay. All right, we're gonna keep going here. All right, so don't forget if you have questions,
Yeah, let's see if we
and
can.
tell us if you want to rule the 7 C's.
Ooh, do we have a magic seam wand on set we could show for Pat?
Rock, do you know where there is one? Maybe in the magic cupboard in the box. Emily, let me, oh, Brock will, or Kenyon will go find it for us.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Gotta love
Kenyon is a jack of all trades. He can, so he can add thread to a sewing machine, and
exactly. Let's see.
he knows where stuff is. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, right there. We can open it.
Oh, it's not in the box. It's so magical. It's disappeared.
Oh, it's so magical that it walked away.
Oh, goodness. Well, while we're searching.
Oh, here. Can I look right here?
Ooh,
Let's see if there's one right here. We have all of this
let's see if we've got some more.
great stuff over here.
Well, while we're searching.
Oh, no, but I did find the glue stick,
Woohoo!
so we'll show you that.
So Miss Parlene says about our 7 C's versus the mountains. I do not care for the beaches. I choose mountains.
You do not care for the beach. I love that.
I love it.
I do not care for the beach. That's funny.
Well, you know.
I have to say, I bet the majority of the people choose both. Because, like, honestly, how could you choose, right? I mean,
Exactly.
so,
There are such good qualities for each.
right. Okay, hold on
see.
here.
Jenny G, she says mine would be mountain. I love Pikes Peak, covered in snow, and love seeing wildlife. That's a good answer.
Oh, there you go.
Jenny.
Okay, so I gotta tell you this funny thing I did. Oh, I tell you, some days. Hold on. Okay, so look, we're really sewing. All right, so we're just doing these. And they're just 2.5-inch strips. And in a second, we're gonna be done with this side. And then we'll just real quick do the other side.
So cool.
So a couple of weeks ago, I was traveling. I took some time off, and I went to a wedding. My good friend Danny got married in Farmington, New Mexico. And so originally, my husband was going to go with me, and then he ended up having to work, and so he didn't get to go.
Right.
And so what I did was, okay, look, right here, we're getting close to the end, okay? So what I did was I flew into Salt Lake City, and then I drove down to Moab, Utah, which is hands down one of my favorite places on earth, and spent the night in Moab, and it was gorgeous. Went to Arches National Park, and one day we'll have that question. How many national parks have you been to?
Right.
And I don't know, have you ever been to Arches, Emily? You ever been to Moab?
I personally have not.
Oh, okay, well, it's just phenomenal. And the weather was beautiful. And then I drove to New Mexico. Okay, look
Ooh,
how fun this is.
coming together.
Okay, yep, I'm gonna do this last little piece right here. And we probably have enough time to just do the other side real quick. And then we'll just talk about how to finish it.
So cool.
So anyway, and then I went to Farmington, and then I went to Mesa Verde National Park,
Right.
which is, I have never been there before. And so I'd been to Arches, but never Mesa Verde. Okay, so look at this. Look at how pretty this is.
Oh, that's gorgeous. People are asking, we've got a lot of folks asking what fabric line this is.
You know what? This is, I got it at, where do I go in Missouri? Missouri Star Quilt. Missouri Star Quilt had it all.
Okay.
And let's see if I can find a little label and tell you kind of what fabric it is. But I do love, so Missouri Star, like they have like sections of fabric. So they have like water and
Oh, wow.
farms and stuff.
So cool.
Let's see if I can find it real quick. I got nothing. I'll look.
Well.
I'll look. Okay.
And I think we have, so Deanne's wondering, why are you pulling on the fabric? I think that was kind of when you were like hand pressing.
Oh, yeah, because you want to hand press it so that you can add the next row. And because you don't want to iron it.
Right. You don't want to use heat. Yeah.
Right, right. Okay, so let me talk here real quick for just a minute about this. So this is, I'll show you the finished tote, because we can talk about this, okay?
Oh my goodness.
I know, look at how cute this tote is.
Oh, those colors.
Okay, so what I'm doing is right here, this is half of it, right? Here's the bottom, and here's the other half. Now, since I'm going to applique, if you wanted to, quilters, you could just cut a piece that was solid for like right here, and then you could applique up here in the corner. Or you could cut a piece that was solid here. So you don't always have to use the strips, is what I'm saying. So like right here, these 6 pieces right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces, 8 pieces. These are kind of the same size. So what I could have done is made it solid.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, or you could cut 5-inch strips.
Yes.
And so on, okay? So the concept of the 2.5-inch strips, they're just kind of like guidelines, like pirate rules, okay? So you can make them whatever way that you wanted to, all right? All right, so I'm gonna start here and sew a little bit more, and then I'm gonna show you how we would applique this, because remember, this is the top of our tote bag.
Oh, cute.
Right? So keep right here. There's the top.
There it is.
There we go. This is the top.
Okay.
And then it has like a flat bottom, and then it has a back.
Right.
So if I were doing this now, here, I can do this, because look at this. We know some stuff. Okay, so now if I wanted to applique, which I'm going to show you how to do, and then we're going to talk about just like raw edge stitching around it. Okay? And then we'll finish sewing our last few strips.
Perfect.
All right. So any questions before we get started?
Well, the team would like me to remind folks that these all can now be found on our website on AccuQuilt.com.
Yes.
Right below our logo, there will be a whole June Taylor drop-down section. So
There is.
You can look at notions, quilt as you go kits, all of
Glue basting, spray basting,
all of the
the
things.
missing pressing tool. I don't know where it all goes. It just shows up. It's all good.
It is. It's magic. It's just disappeared.
It's just how it is. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you this, and then I'll finish telling you why I sew strips, my Mesa Verde story, because it's kind of funny.
Yay.
Okay, here we go. So what I want to do is I'm going to put my mat underneath, because remember, the minute you touch this batting with a hot iron, it would melt.
Right.
So you want to make sure it's all sewn before you applique it.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, hold on, I'm going to put my shoe back on.
You got that extra layer now of
Right,
protection.
right, right. Yeah, if you just touched it to a hot iron, it would just melt. Okay, so let's get our little mermaid. Okay, here we go. Okay. So I purposely made her contrasting so you could see her,
Oh yeah,
right?
that looks fabulous.
I know, I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Her trident and
Her little crown. Okay. I was embroidering earlier. I have many pieces of fabric on me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take the back off. Okay. And then we're going to lay it down. And I kind of like to do this in sections.
Right.
So in case one of the pieces moves, it doesn't mess up the whole thing,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah, that makes good sense.
Well, sometimes I like to have good sense. Sometimes it doesn't work so well for me, but I feel like that's important, okay? All right, and again, we pre-fused our fabric before we ironed it. Okay. All right, and I kind of want her at an angle because then it doesn't matter if she's straight.
Right.
We just want to make sure that right here is the first part of the bottom. So you want to make sure that she's up on top a little bit.
Huh.
Okay, I kind of like her there.
There she goes.
There we go. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to very carefully take my iron, and when we talk about pressing quilters, this is what we mean. Press, press. And notice I have my wool mat underneath.
Right, and no steam.
And no steam, ever none. Okay. All right, so now here's her tail. Remember, the tail is a directional shape. So depending on which way you want her or his tail to go,
Right.
you'd either have the fabric facing up or down. Okay?
Let's see.
We're just building. We're just building slowly. And you want to start from the bottom pieces and work your way up.
Yeah. So while we're pressing,
Yes.
Janet's wondering, is the June Taylor batting all cotton or is it a blend?
It is all cotton. It is all cotton. And I say that, somebody at June Taylor tell me if that's wrong, but I think it's all cotton.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay, and then some people like the crown behind the hair. I like the crown on top of the hair.
So fun. I love her tail color too.
Right, well, that's what we wanted, right? We wanted contrast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, you know, if we made it the mermaid color, you know, then it's going to look just like the other fabric.
Exactly.
Okay? So I'm just giving her red hair.
On a cotton poly batting.
Thank you. See, I knew somebody besides me would know.
Thank you, Katie.
Katie would know. Thanks, Katie. Hi, Katie. I haven't seen Katie in forever.
No.
Oh, that's not true. We saw her a few weeks ago, but I miss seeing her. Okay? And we're going to just put her crown here and her trident there.
Ooh, Pat's wondering if you're going to be in the Northeast anytime soon.
I am going to be in the Philadelphia, Maryland, Delaware area in October.
Ooh.
The lovely Eric and I are going to go do some in-store events.
How fun. Wait, so I get free reign?
No. We will be back. We'll be back before Emily has a chance to do anything.
Oh, gee.
She and Brock.
I know, we could get into trouble. It'd be fun.
Well, I think Brock and Kenyon have actually hosted our show previously, right? They did it for a little bit. They made fun of me and Erica. It was kind of cute. It was cute.
They did their...
They just did their own thing. It was fun. Okay, so quilters, look at how cute this is. Okay?
I love this.
I know. So then what you could do is you could just take your sewing machine and just do raw edge quilting. Oh, it helps if I take oh, this didn't have any, hold please. I'll have to add her again. It didn't have fusible on the back.
Oh, that's
So I will pin it. But then you could just do raw edge quilting, or you could just not. You could just leave it how it is.
right.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to put that right there. All right, so any questions about how you're going to put this together?
Yeah.
How are you going to finish sewing it? Okay? Because we're gonna talk about it. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead, Emily.
Jeannie is wondering why is it not melting for Pam applying the applique?
Oh, so under this fabric, it is melting.
Right.
Yeah, but since I've already sewn it and it already has a backing,
Right.
it's the batting that if you touch it, you know, batting just melts. So once I've pre-fused my fabric and ironed it down, then where this is now, this is so solid together.
Right. Okay.
It is just rock solid, not moving anywhere.
Gosh. And Erica says she just chimed in as well that it's also will distort before it's sewn if you
Right,
press it. Yeah.
right.
Which you'd be very.
Thanks for watching, Erica.
I love it.
Okay, all right. So then you would come here and finish sewing your last 6 strips, okay, just like we did on the other side. Okay, so now let's show you, because we're getting low in time. Brock, do you want me to sew them, or you want me to just finish showing them?
Do what feels right.
Okay. There, that's what, he never says that, so I'm gonna go do what I think is right here. Okay, now think of, before I show you how to finish it, so we did the mermaid, but you could totally do like a Christmas theme and use the holiday medley die. You could use penguins, you could use llamas, you could do any kind of bag that you want. And don't forget those 2.5-inch strips. If you wanted to, you could replace them with larger strips or just solid chunks of fabric. Okay, kind of cool. All right, so now let's show you how to finish it, because this is super cool. All right, our good friends at June Taylor. All right, now I can move this back.
Oh, look at them.
I know, I have my shoes on and everything. Okay. All right, so once you finish, what you're gonna do is you're gonna stitch around here, and you're gonna just cut out, you're gonna follow the pattern, because the pattern, let me show you. The pattern shows you how to do this. See right here,
Oh.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then this, quilters, is actually the stitching line to kind of hold everything in place.
Okay.
Right? You just want to keep it, see how they, oh, well, they've just done like a little 1/4-inch seam. Okay? And then it's beautiful on both sides. Okay?
Yeah, that's so clever.
Yeah, it really is. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to come together like this. And I have one more to show you, because this is super cool.
Boy.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to stitch the sides right here, 1/2 inch. Okay? Normally we do 1/4 inch, but here you want to do the 1/2 inch. Okay? So you're going to do the sides, and then what's going to happen is you're going to have this opening. Okay? And in your quilting head, you're like, what am I going to do now? And the answer is you're going to sew it. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull, here, I'll do it like this, and then you can see.
This is so cool.
It is super, super slick. We're gonna, I just think it's such a fun tote. And it's called the Alexandra tote.
That's right.
Okay? And then what you're gonna do is then you're gonna stitch here, along here, 1/2 inch. And then what it's gonna look like is this. See? They've stitched right here. So now when you turn this little tote inside out, it will have a flat bottom.
Wow, love that.
See?
Oh, look how perfectly it goes together.
Well, I know, right? It's what we hope for
So
all the time.
satisfying when it's like, yeah, those nice crisp. Oh, and it stands up.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then it stands up. Okay? Now, you need to add straps and a binding, and guess what? They can all be made with our 2.5-inch strip die, and I'm going to use the extra strips that I've already cut, right? Okay, so here's what you're going to do.
This. Oh, Dawn is wondering if it'll affect the needle when you sew around the edges of the applique.
No, because she's thinking it might get sticky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think it's good. Okay, so in your June Taylor kit, there is this section of strips. And it says straps, okay? Gosh. I know. I love how it tells you all the things. And you need 2 of them, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your 2.5-inch strips and you're gonna fold them
Oh, wow.
in half, right? and then you're going to put it around the, here we go.
Do you have any tips on how to make sure your fabric is nice and, even all the way?
Well, yeah, I'm going to tell you to cut it with a strip die.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, but no, I think it's going to be okay because I'm going to use, when I do it, I am going to use the glue stick.
Oh, I see.
And then I'm going to glue it down.
Huh.
And then I'm going to go right here and glue it down.
Okay, I see. Okay.
And then we're going to fold it in half. Oh, we're going to make two. There we go. Because, okay, so now what I can do is I can take this and put it right here on top. And then you don't have any of that showing.
That's so cool.
So you would make two straps, and it comes with this cording. It comes with all the things you need.
Just everything.
Yep. And then what you're going to do is you're going to make these nice big strips. Look at how pretty they are.
Oh, gorgeous.
And then you're just going to sew them right here on this side. So what I'm going to tell you to do is bind it first.
Right.
Just like you would like a stocking or a quilt. You're just going to turn down, a portion of it and run your binding through. Do 2.5 inches,
Right.
okay? And then follow the pattern to make your straps. And then look, they've just come here and tacked it down and tacked it down. And then you have, ta-da,
This is too cute.
a cute little Alexandra tote.
I love
Ours will have a mermaid. I'll work on it and finish it before I go. Isn't that super cute?
It'll be so much fun. This is just too fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So kind of look through all the different tote bags. We have smaller ones, and we're going to do some mug rugs here in a couple of weeks, placemats, all of that. And don't forget to share all of your finished projects with us on all of our social media platforms using #AccuQuiltBuilt. So Emily, don't you think this is a cute project? I mean, I feel like, well, I've sewn it. I could do it in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, total weekend project. Now, I was thinking about this because when do you use tote bags? You could totally make them for Halloween for your little trick-or-treater grandkids to carry, and you could personalize them. We have so many Halloween things.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there's a die for everything, for every
I know.
season, really.
And then they could just have a great tote bag for all of their candy.
You literally could have one for like every month of the year.
All of the months.
It would be so fun.
And this is great because, we should try not to use like plastic bags at the grocery store and those things. But I do love a good tote bag for like school books and library books, and take it to the fabric store.
Right.
Okay. All right, Emily, we have shown all the people how to make this. So let's announce our winner. This person gets a Go Mermaid King and Queen die.
Yay. Okay, excellent. Our winner of our Mermaid King and Queen die is, drum roll please, Carol A. from Bluefield, Virginia.
Congratulations, Carol. Woohoo. You're going to love it. All right, quilters, as you know, we have added a plethora of June Taylor products. They're now available on our website. Just go to our website and look for the June Taylor tab and just click on it. Yep. It'll take us down. Don't forget this month's die to try is the Go Mermaid King and Queen die. It's only available to the end of the month or where supplies last. You can get it from our website or from your local AccuQuilt retailer. You want to make sure you get yours today. All right, so offsite we have Courtney and Katie. Who else is helping us?
And Lauren.
And Lauren. Hi, Lauren. Welcome back. She was on vacation in the tropics.
That's right.
We're glad she's back. Yeah. And here in the Dream Studio, we have Brock and Kenyon and Greg and, of course, Emily. And I am Pam Heller from AccuQuilt. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. To learn more about your quilting craft, be sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for live events every Tuesday and Wednesday. You can check out the events page on the AccuQuilt website for more details on upcoming shows. And if you're looking for even more inspiration, visit our blog for exclusive tutorials filled with tips and tricks. And remember, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time so you can quilt more. Join us on Tuesday, September 12th at 12 noon Central Time as we launch 2 new dies that will help you conquer your curves. And come back for next week's AccuQuilt Live as I highlight one of those 2 new dies.